some number one reps. Is that true with Shedeur?
No. I mean, with a young quarterback with Dylan starting, you want to make sure he gets a lot of the reps. Different when you have a veteran like Joe, I would tell you, Tony.
Yeah, you heard that right. The same franchise that turns promise into plot twist somehow morphed preseason excitement into a full-blown conspiracy. 1 minute, Shadur Sanders is lighting up camp, mic'd up, locked in, ripping lasers like a metronome with a rocket arm. The next, he's gone. No limp, no sleeve, no ice, no medical report, just a sudden precautionary mystery injury so vague it could have been diagnosed by a stage magician. Fans didn't buy it for a second because nothing about it felt like precaution. It felt like panic, like a team terrified of its own rookie, and the deeper you look, the weirder it gets. Was this a misunderstanding or a calculated cover-up to keep the NFL's most electrifying rookie off the field until the staff could reassert control? Either way, this stopped being about football the second the cameras went dark. This became about fear, optics, and a franchise that keeps finding new ways to outdo itself. If insiders are right, this injury wasn't a setback, it was sabotage. It started like a dream. Cleveland finally had something to believe in. Shadur arrived with Colorado swagger and pro timing. From his first snap, the air changed, footwork clean, eyes steady, rhythm throws on schedule. Every drill turned into a highlight reel. Reporters couldn't stop buzzing. Teammates whispered that he looked like a seasoned vet, not a rookie. For once, a Browns camp had hope that wasn't manufactured in a graphics department. Then, silence. One day he's the story of camp, the next he's a ghost. No sideline shots, no rehab clips, no detail beyond a tidy corporate dealing with something. The same league that logs every rolled ankle suddenly forgot how to speak English. The timing was too perfect to ignore. You don't go from perfect mechanics to mystery status overnight, not when you were zipping digs through tight windows 48 hours earlier. Fans did what fans do in 2025. They reviewed practice footage frame by frame. No flinch, no grimace, no load management indicators. The only thing that happened was that Shedeur outpaced veterans in energy and efficiency, and that's when the blackout began. Which raised the obvious question, maybe this wasn't about health at all. Maybe it was about control. Round 2 of the weirdness, the explanation. Precautionary rest. Rest from what? Throwing too well? Outshining investments? The excuse felt like bad improv. Vague, rushed, and impossible to believe. Reporters went silent. Fans went feral. Reddit detectives combed every angle. YouTubers built timelines. Local radio callers started sounding like chain of custody experts. Still nothing. It was like he'd been erased. And the day the eraser came out, the day after he turned camp reps into target practices. So if this wasn't soreness, what was it? Hierarchy. Shedeur's rise rattled the order. In Cleveland, rookies are supposed to whisper, nod, and wait their turn. He didn't. He carried himself like he belonged, and that confidence travels. It moves a huddle. It steals oxygen from the safe faces. It makes coaches answer uncomfortable questions. The Browns have seen this movie. A young quarterback fires up the city, the old frameworks look creaky, and suddenly culture gets invoked like a fire extinguisher. Instead of letting the momentum breathe, someone hit pause. Slap a precaution label on it, cool the temperature, and pray the news cycle moves on. Not arm protection, ego protection. Let's be honest, this never smelled like a strained anything. It smelled like risk management. Shedeur wasn't just completing passes, he was tilting power. Every clean spiral made veterans look smaller, made the staff look less in control, made the front office wonder if the plan would survive the month. In Cleveland, order matters more than upside. And Shedeur, confident, composed, already magnetic, didn't fit the template. He didn't need permission to look like a franchise quarterback. That spooked people who built careers on gatekeeping access to the spotlight. If you're thinking, no way, follow the incentives. If the rookie you drafted for depth suddenly looks like the guy, your carefully stacked pecking order wobbles. The fans start chanting. The room starts leaning. The talk shows start asking why the depth chart doesn't match what everyone's eyes are seeing. And if you've tied political capital to other names, the rookie's success becomes an audit. So you do what scared organizations do. Pull the plug on buzz, buy time with a bland medical sentence, and hope outrage decays faster than momentum. That isn't protection. That's suppression. Picture the meeting. Closed door, shades down, coaches pacing, PR scripting, execs clutching binders. He's too hot. Too fast. We need to cool it. Someone floats the word tightness, heads nod, problem solved. But here's the thing. They misread 2025. You can't fake an injury in the age of infinite lenses. There are too many cameras, too many angles, too many receipts. You can try to bury a spark, but the dirt only proves it exists. The motive became crystal. Preserve the existing order. Shedeur's momentum made the veterans, the playbook, and the staff look stuck in yesterday. Rookies are supposed to be polite, efficient, and invisible. He was polite, efficient, and unignorable. That exposes fragility. If a rookie can walk into Berea and make million-dollar contracts look replaceable, what does that say about your system? So instead of embracing the lightning, they tried to bottle the storm. Label him hurt. Slow the clips, protect egos, and call it process. Irony loves Cleveland. The cool down didn't cool anything. It inflamed everything. The more the team said nothing, the louder the city sounded. Podcast torched it.
Some number one reps. Is that true with Shedeur?
No. I mean, with a young quarterback with Dylan starting, you want to make sure he gets a lot of the reps. Different when you have a veteran like Joe, I would tell you, Tony.
National shows asked why this injury had zero breadcrumbs. One analyst joked, maybe he pulled a muscle carrying the hope meter. Social fed it gasoline, hashtags, mashups, slow-mos, until the story was too big to ignore. The Browns tried to make you forget Shedeur. They made him the most talked about player in the league. And here's where the conspiracy becomes calculus. Keeping him invisible does three things. 1, freezes his value in the team's hands. 2, shields incumbents from comparison. And 3, lets the staff avoid admitting their process missed the timing. It's sabotage dressed like development. If he keeps lighting up practice and the fans keep chanting, your depth chart caves to reality. That reality threatens narrative, and narrative is power. The locker room isn't blind. Players notice who arrives first, who stays last, who eats blitz looks without blinking. They notice which quarterback brings calm into a huddle and which one draws size on 3rd and 7. Their whispers travel. When captains start saying that kid's got it, the countdown begins. You can't board up momentum forever. It finds a crack. Meanwhile, the fans did what fans in a camera-saturated era do. They built the case. Timeline, clips, angles. Show us the rep where he got hurt. Nothing. Local writers stopped towing the line and started sounding suspicious. There's no evidence he's hurt. None. The team's answers got stiffer, colder, more copy and paste. We're being cautious. It's nothing serious over and over. The more they repeated it, the less anyone believed it. All the while, every pre-blackout throw was resurfacing. Deep outs on a rope, layered seams, pocket resets without heel click. Every share stacked his legend higher. That's the problem with trying to bury electricity. You just make the lights flicker louder. You wanted quiet? You created the loudest silence in football. Let's zoom out. This franchise has a habit. Chase a savior, then flinch when the savior actually looks like one. Sell hope, then ask hope to wait. Talk culture, then confuse culture with control. It's not a curse, it's a cycle. Hesitation disguised as prudence, ego wrapped as patience. And it breaks the same way every time. A young quarterback shows up ready. The building tries to slow him down. The fans demand the truth. The room starts choosing sides, and the calendar forces a decision. The decision is coming. You can feel it in the posture of veterans when Shedeur's around. You can hear it in the way coaches dodge his name like it's a tripwire. You can see it in the algorithm. Practice clips outrank game clips because the possibility of Shedeur is more compelling than the reality of the current offense. That's unsustainable. The only thing that quiets a storm like this is snaps. So here's the play. If anyone in Berea is listening, stop pretending readiness is a press conference adjective. Readiness is structure. Give him first team installs. Give him timing with the ones. Give him a game plan built to what he does well. RPO glance, quick rhythm, middle read, shot off max, sprint out in the red, tempo on second and short, and then let the tape tell the truth. If he's not ready, you'll have evidence. If he is ready, you'll have oxygen. Right now, you have neither. And the city is choking on recycled answers. If you're still here, you're part of the group that actually wants the unfiltered story. Do me a favor, if you think this mystery injury was more about politics than pain, hit like so more Browns fans find this and subscribe so you don't miss the breakdown the minute Shedeur gets real snaps. We'll chart every read and every rep, no fluff. Back to the conspiracy or the coincidence, if that helps anyone sleep. Ask yourself why the blackout needed to be this clean. No taped walkthrough shots, no half-speed shell drills, no row 3 stationary bike cameos, just void. That isn't medical privacy, that's narrative hygiene. It removes the chance that one crisp 15-yard speed out sneaks on a beat reporter's timeline and restarts the wildfire. But the wildfire's already here. It's burning through the talking points and lighting up every pressure point in the building. The depth chart, the playbook, the locker room trust account, the staff's credibility. You can either try to smother it with more nothing, or you can give the blaze a direction and harness what it gives you, heat. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about being right on Twitter. It's about Sundays. Defenses that hold opponents to sub-20 are tired of watching 3-and-out chess. Receivers who win the vertical outside don't run routes to be decoys for checkdowns. Linemen who buy you 2.7 seconds don't need the ball gone in 1.2. They need it thrown on time to the second window. Shedeur's profile, calm feet, late window accuracy, patient eyes, answers those problems. Maybe not perfectly, maybe not immediately, but he answers them. Your current answers are slogans. So was it a simple misunderstanding or a cover-up? You decide. I'll give you mine. You don't hide a rookie this clean unless you're afraid of what happens when everyone sees what he really is. And that fear tells you everything. It says the franchise knows the truth the fans already figured out. The quarterback who changes the temperature is already in the building. The only question left is whether Cleveland will keep fighting the inevitable or finally lean into it. Drop your take below. Soreness or smokescreen? And if you want the first honest film study, the second number 14 steps on an NFL field, subscribe now. Final word, Browns, you can't keep duct taping the future to protect the past. Let him play. If he flops, you regroup with facts. If he flies, the city wakes up. Either way, you stop lying to yourselves and to your fans. If you made it to the end, you're my kind of football nerd. Hit like, subscribe, turn on notifications, because when this story breaks, and it will, I'll be here with the full breakdown.